best part of life, if I'm with you for forever, can we be together? The best part of life, if I'm with you for forever, silly, the best part of life.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We are so glad that you are here. Hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing evening. My name is Casey, and I'm on this webinar from Arizona. Arizona's finally starting to cool off. I love this. I love it. But we want to welcome you to this beautiful presentation tonight of our company called Aluva. In fact, if you look at the name Aluva, in the middle of Aluva is love. And in the middle of love is you. At Aluva, we are really centered on helping you love yourself unapologetically, just authentically, unconditionally. We put too many conditions on self-love. We're the one person that we put more conditions on than anybody else. When I fit in these jeans, when I'm able to get to this house, when I get a better car, just love yourself the way that you are. And yes, we are a network marketing company, guys. And I'm going to make this disclaimer. We make no medical claims to treat, cure, diagnose, prevent any disease, disorder, ailment. And we make no guarantees of money. Okay. You can come into this and make an absolute bundle, or you can make nothing. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, I do want to talk about our leadership team. Our leadership team is so amazing. I'm obsessed with our leadership team. In fact, you look at the gentleman, top left-hand corner, Gavin Dickson, our amazing CEO, and Miss Gina Day right underneath him. She is our COO. She is amazing. We actually call her Sassy G. She is just a little spitfire. She's 4'6", so she's amazing. Oh, she's not that short. She's not that short. But pretty close, pretty close. Then you got Ross Terry, our president. Phenomenal guy. Absolute genius. Sometimes when him and Gavin get going on ingredients, and they geek out, they totally geek out at night, and it's always at night. And I get the craziest messages from Gavin, and look at this ingredient. And it's like, I can't even pronounce half the words that are in this clinical research, so I guess it looks good. So then we have 𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒓𝒆𝒅𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆. 𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒓𝒄𝒓𝒆𝒅 is our chief field development officer. Amazing gentleman. He's been in this industry a long time, both in the field and ownership. He's actually one of Les Brown's good friends. So, and then we have our director of our medical advisory board, Dr. Franco Taylor. He's been a holistic practitioner for 40 plus years, delivered all of his babies at home, and he's just an amazing gentleman. So, and he runs our whole science advisory board. A lot of people ask, like, why do we have PharmDs, like, which is pharmacist on here? There is no doctorate, nothing that knows and understands like the biology of your body, how certain ingredients actually affect your body. So I love seeing that we've got pharmacists on here. So, and then we have the godmother, Dorothy Cook. She is amazing. I think she's made 32 people multimillionaires. Dr. Martin ZZ, he is a phenomenal gentleman. And then this weird looking dude here. But listen, you guys, I'm going to introduce the most amazing gentleman, our CEO, Gavin Dickson. He's got a heart of gold. You guys are going to see why. This is not just a network marketing company with great products, a great comp plan. We're coming into this amazing situation, but we're creating and part of, and I don't even want to say we're creating it. We're all a part of it. Every single person, including you, if you come aboard. But this is a movement. Okay. This is not just a good company at a good time. You're part of a movement. And you're going to hear why here shortly. So, Mr. Gavin Dickson, I'm going to hand it over to you, my man, and let you just kind of.
Thank you. It's good to be here. And I'm so excited to do this call because me and Casey have been talking a lot the last few days, and we keep talking about this movement and how this company is about 2.5 years old now. And for 2.5 years, we've been building it, working out the kinks, putting these 4 verticals together. And we've been waiting for the right time and the right people. And we knew what this was going to be. In fact, this is something that I felt like, a long time ago I'd be a part of, but the right people, the right time, the right situation. And I believe that I'm right where I'm supposed to be in my life, doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing with Aluva. And so I'm so excited to share this story with you guys, share Aluva with you guys, show the love, and excited to see where all this goes. But for me, Aluva started kind of when I was a kid. In fact, the last few weeks have kind of been a little bit of a challenging time this year, and normally it's not as challenging. This year, for some reason, it's been a little bit of challenging because a few days ago on October 31st was the passing of my father. It was his anniversary, October 31st, and we took turns holding my dad's hand as he took his last breath. And I normally don't start and share my story that way, but it's just been really on my mind. In fact, even today it's been on my mind. But my dad struggled with his health for the 10 years before he passed away. And I grew up in a household of medical professionals. My grandpa was a doctor. He delivered over 12,000 babies, and he won a bunch of awards. My aunt and uncles were doctors. My brother's currently a doctor. It just kind of runs in my extended family and in my immediate family. And we didn't have the best eating habits growing up, but anytime I got sick, I'd go to the medicine cabinet. My mom would hand me amoxicillin. When my dad got sick and went on disability when I was age 14, he was on 6 or 7 pharmaceutical supplements at that time. And my mom, who is probably my biggest hero in my entire life, she's literally lived a life of service. She has literally the heart of gold. She serves every single day. And it was really amazing to me because she planned out that she had 2.5 years until her savings would run out, until she would have to get a job. So she had to do a 4-year college degree in 2.5 years. And I remember asking her this question. I said, Mom, why don't you just go get a job? Why go to college? Why do a 4-year degree in 2.5 years? And she said to me something that I never forgotten to this day, because I believe if I'm making money, I should be helping people at the same time. And so my mom today, fast forward, she's over Utah Community Action for the state of Utah. She's over the homeless for the state of Utah. She's literally, I've never seen this woman not serve someone in her life. Well, when I saw the financial struggles and at 14 years old, I probably truly thought I was going to play in the NBA before that, realized that that wasn't going to happen. And I went with my backup plan, which was to be a serial entrepreneur. So at 14 years old, I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur. That was my dream. That was my direction. I was going to live that out. And 17 years old, the day after high school basketball season was over, I went out and I chased after that dream. In fact, I never finished high school. And I went out and I knew so certain that I was going to be a successful serial entrepreneur that I went out and I chased that. And at 17 years old, I didn't have money. I didn't have connections, and I didn't know how I was going to be taken serious as a 17-year-old entrepreneur. And so I just said, I got to go make money. People will take me serious if I have money. So I go chase that dream. And by the time I was 22 years old, I made $18 million. I had over a $3 million house. I thought I was way cooler than I was, but I was doing something that wasn't for the right reasons. I was chasing money and success, and I wasn't helping people along the way. And the best thing that happened to me in my life, in my business career, was I lost everything overnight. The real estate bubble hit end of 2008. And I remember I was literally selling TVs off my wall that I just bought for $6,000. I bought like 5 TVs, $30,000. I'm selling TVs on my wall for a couple $1,000, and I'm literally losing everything. And I'm looking around this house, and I just looked and I said, my life is empty. This house is empty. I look at my role model, my hero, my mom, and she's literally serving. It doesn't matter how much she makes, but she had purpose. She had significance. Well, a little bit before that, I came across a Netflix series called The Gershon Theory. The Gershon Theory talks about a Russian scientist who 80 years ago at that time invented green juicing. And for those of you guys that don't know, if you eat an apple, you absorb around 30% of the nutrients. If I take that same apple and I juice it, I get over 95% of the nutrients. So I became a professional juicer, started juicing every day at home. And I've always loved facts. I've always loved statistics. So I start researching, what does kale do in your body? What does apple do in your body? Ginger, turmeric, and so on. Well, my dad, as I'm losing everything, I'm having this whole moment of self-reflection of what was all this for? What is my purpose in life? Who am I? My dad gets diagnosed with cancer. He's given 6 months to live. He got diagnosed with cancer, I think it was October 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, somewhere right in there. It was right in the beginning of October. Given 6 months to live. Well, I walk into my family of doctors and I say, hey, I got this great idea. The Gershon theory says, if you drink 8 16-ounce glasses of green juice a day and don't eat anything and you detoxify every single day, that you can reverse or fix any disease or illness. In fact, they have tens of thousands of documented cases. And not saying that would have fixed or changed my dad's situation, but my family, of course, said, we'll look into it. Dad's gonna start chemo next week. And 3 weeks later on Halloween night, my dad took his last breath. And as I looked at this whole situation, I'm having this real moment of like, what was all this for with business? Now I just lost someone that was a role model in my life that I was close to, my father. And for 10 years, he didn't get out of bed 2, 3, 4 days a week. My grandpa, he had a back issue and got a hip replacement, and he was bedridden for the last few years of his life. And I said, that's not the life that I want. And so I knew I could be a successful entrepreneur, but how can I get purpose? How can I get significance and still be an entrepreneur? And so somewhere along the way, I came across an ingredient called zeolite. Zeolite removes heavy metals and toxins out of the body through the urinary tract system within 7 hours. And I read the studies, and I had a study that I saw around cancer. And I said, okay, this is probably a sign. So I went out and hired a team of doctors and scientists so that people would take me serious as a formulator. And at age 22 years old, I formulated my first supplement. And it was a truly amazing supplement. And Ross, I just met Ross that time, and he even remembers this supplement. I gave it to him. But there's something that really happened that led me to be where I am today. And that was when you can actually create something that is truly for the right reasons, the right sourcing. I was creating that product to change lives, not to make money. I just lost my father. And when you give a product to someone that is truly the highest quality and it actually elevates or changes their quality of life, that gave me that purpose and significance that I was lacking. So since that day, I've become more and more passionate about this alternative health space. And I've formulated tens of supplements. I've owned a stem cell manufacturer. I own 9 health clinics. I've just done a lot of stuff in the space, natural cancer, donated to cancer, and so on. It's something that I'll do for the rest of my life because I love the purpose and the significance I get and the blessings I receive when I actually can do something that will benefit someone else's life, bless someone else's life. Well, fast forward, how did Aluva, come to be? I 7-8 years ago had a pretty big financial win. One that I probably, I would never had to work again a day in my life. And I decided that I wanted to pay it forward. I wanted to take the funds that I just made, the wealth I just created, and I wanted to go bless people that were serial entrepreneurs, or were entrepreneurs, not serial entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs, people that had dreams and help their dreams come to reality, because that's what I've been my entire life. And so in the last 7 years, I've invested over $150 million into different deals. Well, 3 years ago, I had 30-something companies that I invested in and owned. I was busy as can be, board of directors of numerous companies, traveling all over the world. And I was happy. I was being a serial entrepreneur. I was bringing new technologies to the world. I was doing so much with charity, and I was happy, and I was blessed, and I felt like I was doing what I wanted to do. And then COVID hits. When COVID hit, a lot of people started coming to me and saying like, hey, will you help us? Or what was that supplement you were talking about years ago? Or, hey, will you give me some money? And it just dawned on me that people became more aware of their health than ever before. Now people are paying attention to the things they're putting in their body. People needed income, needed more money, supplemental income. And so growing up in Utah, I've been on the distributor side of network marketing companies. And I've had a lot of success. Actually, I've been a multi-million-dollar earner in multiple companies. And I went out into this industry I love. And I truly believe, out of all the industries I've invested in, that the network marketing industry is the greatest industry in the world when done right. The problem is that people overpromise and underdeliver. But when it's done right, you have to help people get to where they want to go in order for you to go where you want to go. And that is one of the most beautiful things that there is. And so I go out this industry, I'm gonna find a company just to share with my family and my friends and the people in my own circles that are suffering and struggling. And as I looked at all these companies, I just felt like the industry needed to be redefined. I felt like I could do it better. I felt like that I could take all the lessons I've learned in my life and bring them to one company and bring multiple verticals, bring a company that truly had products of real science, bring a company that had charity and was purpose and was actually, there for the right reasons. And so much of this industry and so many of the owners and people I meet, I just feel like, I have these people that have never made money, their company gets a little success and the people change. And I believe money makes good people better and bad people worse. And I decided I was going to start Aluva. And I remember I walked into my business partner, who is the pessimistic. He is the guy that says, no, we are so busy. We have so much investments out there. And I say, hey, I'm going to start this network marketing company. And I'm going to be the CEO. I'm going to formulate the supplements. And I'm going to go full-time in it. And he looks at me and said, you're an idiot. And there's no way that's happening. And of course I did. And it was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. Because as Casey said, this is so much more than just another company. I believe and know that every single day we change lives, and that this is like a movement. And I remember when I sat down with Gina Day, who was truly such a blessing in this company. I remember I sat down there at the very beginning. I didn't have an executive team. I launched this company, decided I was doing it. I was by myself and started formulating supplements. I sat down with Gina Day. Someone referred me to her. And we talked about charity over the company. We didn't talk about the plan for the company. We talked about charity and changing lives and blessing lives. And at the end of an hour-and-a-half conversation talking about charity and purpose-driven around charity, she said, I'm in. I don't care what it is. I'm in. And it's so amazing that from the top down, and even Ross and Casey, and I go on, Dorothy, Philip, that everyone is centered. And that's the type of people we want to bring in to this company. Because in the middle of Aluva is love, and in the middle of love is you. But we launched this company knowing that we would eventually have 4 verticals. And obviously health and wellness is my passion. One thing that we've really done really well around health and wellness over the last 16 years is we've always focused on human clinical studies. You'll hear me say that a lot. Because I don't want to sit up here and tell you guys how great Pulse is or how great Life Greens is. I want to direct you guys to a study that will say Life Greens will clinically fix a leaky gut in 14 days, and that's proven. And it is. K2O will reduce heart disease and heart risk by over 50% in 90 days, proven, and it will. And so on. Pulse will give you over 40% more fat loss per day, as long as you drink it. That's all you got to do. You get 40% more fat loss. And so that's something that we'll continue to always do, is enhance and change our products if we can find a way that we can change more lives. And we'll focus on those human clinical studies, because that's what we're really, truly passionate about. But just not even on the health and wellness. We do it on all of our verticals. We focus on making sure that we truly have the best products in each vertical. Our beauty line that we're just launching, I literally have been doing human clinical studies on face beauty products with stem cells for over 11 years. in universities. And I'm so excited that I get to bring that to the world, and a time where no one else is really even talking about that. But from the studies and the science to know that we have the best anti-aging products in the world is amazing. From 𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒓𝒆𝒅𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 sourcing the best material and sourcing the best leggings and quality of leggings from, around the world, and making sure that we have the proper, material and all these things. We hired 𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒓𝒆𝒅𝒊𝒃𝒍𝒆 over a year ago to bring our athleisure, athletic, our fashion line to the world through Aluva. 1 year, we could have easily launched in 30 days. 1 year it took until we rolled something out because we wanted to do it right. And that's what we'll always do. And I love, and I'm so grateful for my amazing corporate team that I think you'll hear from shortly, because I mean, for them to buy into the vision and to truly also care so much about doing it the right way, not cutting corners. And sometimes it would be so easy to just do things the way that a lot of people do. But we want to redefine the industry and make sure we have the best quality in every single vertical, the best products, but all centered around love and charity and purpose. And so, so excited for this group that's coming on, because it's funny. I've had some really deep conversations lately with Ross, with Gina, with Casey, and so on. And it's like, we built the most amazing company, and we know that it's all centered around love. It's all centered around purpose, and it's like, we're just waiting for the right people that catch the vision, that see the vision, that want to ride that wave, that will help us get to where we all want to go, because we want to have a global impact around the world with Aluva. And so very excited for all of you on the call, and excited to see where all this goes. But the vision with Aluva is to continue to drive these verticals, but to change 1 million lives. That was the one thing we talked about when we first launched this company. Everyone always asked me, what is your goal? Gina asked me, what is your goal? And I said, let's change 1 million lives. Let's truly change 1 million lives. And everyone has bought into that. And I'm so grateful that they all bought into that. Casey, let me know if there's anything else you want me to say, but back to you. I appreciate you and all that you do for this company to drive this vision and your belief in this company.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. I hope you guys can hear his heart, because it's real, it's authentic. So when I say he has a heart of gold, that's no joke. But I want to go over the heartbeat of Aluva, which is our health and wellness products, and it always will be. Okay. 2 things that I absolutely am obsessed with. Every single one of the ingredients in every single product is plant-based. Okay. Even the capsules are veggie caps. On top of that, every single ingredient in all of the products is 99% bioavailable or absorbable. So when you take it, your body's actually absorbing 99% of it, unlike getting anything from the shelf, right? The bioavailability fluctuates between 15 and 30%. That's why when people take it, their urine turns like fluorescent green, is because of the ingredients are just passing right through. So the product that we're going to start with is just Life Greens. Now I'm going to touch on the products super high level. Okay. Number 1, these Life Greens, I carry this around with me everywhere I go. They taste delicious. They don't taste like grass because there is no grass in it. It's got kale, spinach, and matcha in it. Now, everybody knows that matcha has caffeine. Gavin actually extracted the caffeine out of matcha so children could drink this, and they love it. It tastes delicious. Okay. But there's a very special ingredient. The products that I'm showing you guys cannot be replicated or duplicated because Gavin actually tied them up with exclusive agreements. Nobody's going to be able to get this but here. And this is so amazing because this one product right here, the product that you should take every single day the rest of your life, has the mega trio in it. This is our hero ingredient. We actually do disclose the hero ingredients because of our exclusive contracts. Mega Trio is the #1 pre, pro, and postbiotic in the world. Okay, they have over 10 years of human clinical research proving 2 things. It can fix leaky gut in as little as 14 days and remove all upper respiratory infections in adults and children. You guys, this is remarkable. Leaky gut is the cause of all autoimmune diseases, skin disorders, behavioral disorders, every gastrointestinal disorder, problem losing weight, keeping it on, problem falling asleep, staying asleep. I would be here for 2 hours telling you everything leaky gut causes. But again, you got to make lifestyle changes. Can't just rely on a supplement. Okay. So that right there is a game changer, absolute game changer. Okay. The next product I want to go over real quick is 𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒓𝒅𝒊, a fat burner that's unique. Gavin put 5 fat burners in one. He knew that we deal with unnecessary fat from all kinds of reasons, and he addresses all of them. Unlike most companies will create 5 different products that help you burn that fat. So it will speed up your metabolism if you need it. It'll slow it down and help you build lean muscle if you need it, curb your appetite, antioxidant, anti-stress, all in one product. After I take those 3 veggie caps, I feel absolutely amazing. Now, the next product, Snooze, a sleep aid, very unique, very unique. It does not knock you out and make you groggy the next day. A sleep aid that puts your body into homeostasis so you can recoup, recover, and rejuvenate, right? Now, what's wild about Snooze, our amazing hero ingredient, is the #1 psychobiotic. I know most people don't even know what a psychobiotic is. Now imagine this, when you're sleeping, okay, through our human clinical research, what this does to help with stress, to deal with that stress, but it also detoxes your brain. It detoxes your brain, okay? Well, and what's wild is, I've dug into all the science and the research. The greens help break up heavy metals, but how do you get the heavy metals to detox out of your brain? Well, there you go. It is absolutely amazing. I love Snooze. Now, Ignite is a heart-healthy energy drink. Okay, it comes in a powder form. You just pour it into water, shake it up, tastes delicious. No crash, no jitters. And it also has turmeric in it too, if you want to take it before or after the gym. It's amazing. Now, Pulse. Oh, this baby. Pulse is our another energy drink, but an energy drink that's very unique. Okay, it is lightly carbonated. All right, and listen, I'm very transparent. It does have sucrose in it. Okay, it's so small, like you would have to drink like 12 in a day to have the negative effects. But sucralose ruins your microbiome. But because of our life grains, no negative effects. No negative effects. Okay, this drink is so crazy because through the human clinical research, just by drinking one a day, all right, 40% increase in fat loss. But here's the thing. Most people stay away from those energy drinks at the gas station because it makes your heart race, right? Now, a lot of people think that the caffeine gives you energy, but when you go and get that energy drink and you consume that 300 milligrams of caffeine, the caffeine only blocks the neuroreceptors that tell you you're tired. And when that happens, because that's abnormal, it puts your body into fight or flight. When your body goes into fight or flight, that's the cause of an increased heart rate. Gavin knew this, okay? So what he did is he put the best adaptogens in there. Most people don't really understand what adaptogens are. They're not supplements, they're adaptogens. Adaptogens help your body with fight or flight. So imagine drinking an energy drink, feeling amazing, burning fat like crazy, having that clear focus, but yet when you check your heart rate, you're like right around normal. And you're gonna literally say like, what the heck is happening? It is absolutely unreal, unreal. Now, I personally think that Pulse is going to just be probably our #1 seller, but Gavin doesn't, okay? If you look down at the very bottom, K2O, this one product is so revolutionary, okay? Because the leading cause of death worldwide is cardiovascular diseases. Over 32% of global deaths come from heart disease. Now, check this out. Okay, what he did is he created a product that does not just hydrate you. Okay, with our exclusive hero ingredient K27, what this does is it does hydrate you in a very, very effective way, but it also helps with like nerve pain. All right, it helps with bone strength. This is so remarkable, and it supports insulin sensitivity. But because of K27, after 90 days of being on this product, one a day, just drinking one a day, over 50% reduction in heart disease and heart risk. That right there, you guys, is absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable, okay? But here's the craziest thing. When you just drink one, your very first day, you reduce your chances of heart risk by 9%. 9%. Now, yes, this is a business, so we're going to go into the comp plan. But before I do, you guys heard Gavin talking about different verticals. Okay, this is, imagine building a 2,000, 3,000, 100,000 person team in a health and wellness company, and everybody in that team says, do you know what? Let's all go to like Savvy or something and just plug everybody in and buy leggings. And then we'll take the same people, let's go to like Rodan and Fields and I'll get skincare. And everybody agreed. That's what you have underneath one roof. Okay, you have the health and wellness vertical, which is the heartbeat of Aluva. Then you have our fashion and lifestyle, which is athleisure wear. I like to say Lulu who. Seriously, this stuff is unreal. Then we have our beauty. Okay, the beauty just barely launched. And I just learned it. Not only is it not just, it's not plant-based stem cells. Okay, the reason why stem cells work so well in plant-based stem cells, it's the plant-derived exosomes that put the stem cells to work. And that's what we have. We have the most important part of plant-based stem cells, and that's the active situation there. So imagine actually being able to be a part of a company that has several verticals all underneath one roof. Now, there's nobody I want to talk to you guys about the comp plan than our amazing president, Ross Terry. Ross is a genius when it comes to numbers. He's so smart. So Ross, my amazing president that you are, will you take over and just touch on the comp plan real quick?
Yes, thanks, Casey. And Casey, thank you so much for doing justice to our product slides. I mean, you weren't lying when you said that Gavin and I just geek over ingredients, because that's pretty much like I think that's one of our favorite pastimes, is reading PubMed articles and like sending them to each other. So thank you for doing that. And I was just messaging Gavin actually before you brought me on and said I was literally almost in tears. It's been a while since I kind of stepped back and realized what we've accomplished over the last 2.5 years. And I'm just very proud of the team, the heart and the purpose behind everything that we do. We really are dedicated to changing lives from our products and from our culture. But not only that, also financially. When you can have your core expenses taken care of every single month and take care of your health at the same time, man, what amazing power that is. And that's really what we set out to do and to accomplish with our rewards plan. And so we have incredible things like the opportunity to earn money every single day with our rapid rewards. And then we have residual pay, where every single week on Friday, you can get paid for work that you did a month ago, 2 months ago, 5 years ago. It just keeps coming. We have an incredible 3x3 bonus. You see my hat right here. When you accomplish this 3x3 bonus, which is not a massive structure, we're talking 3 people, they get 3 people. It's a small team. You get $135 every single month. Unlimited. As long as you do it, you continue to get it, which is just so happens, coincidentally, to be the amount that we ask people to spend to stay active and eligible in the compensation plan. So once you build a small structure, you cover your cost to be in the business, and you get absolutely incredible products. And then that doesn't even include what you're earning through our compensation plan on the weekly basis, and then anybody new that you're bringing in, and our other bonuses. We have a holding tank, which allows you as you grow to determine, okay, how can I utilize new members of my team to improve and enhance my organization and help others? We believe in the law of reciprocation here at Aluva, that when you have enough, that you give to others. So if you're a massive recruiter and you're going to go bring 100 people into a business, you don't need 100 front lines. I mean, you can do it in our comp plan. It's not a force matrix. We have a unilevel. You could build 3 legs, or you could build 500 legs. But with a holding tank, you can be strategic about where and when you want to place individuals in your downline organization. You can help others grow. We also have a check matching bonus. Every single person that you bring in personally into the business, you get a 5% check matching bonus. So you are incentivized as a leader and a mentor and a person that has introduced somebody to an incredible opportunity, an incredible line of individual products, 4 different verticals, to help them grow and to help them earn more, because as they earn more, you earn more. We have an auto bonus. We have an infinity bonus, but I guess since we have a slide on the auto bonus, I'll talk about this as well. So the number 2 expense in every single household. I talked about us creating an opportunity to change houses. The number 2 expense in a household is a car. You got your mortgage, number 2, the car. And so we wanted to create a bonus that would help individuals take care of their second biggest expense. And so we have 2 different tiers, the Aluva bonus. When you earn A6 2 months consecutively, you're going to get $900 to choose one of these fantastic car. I think we just got convinced recently to add Audi because we have a big French team that's also very excited, and they all love Audi. And we're like, yeah, that's fancy enough. We can put an Audi on there. And then the second tier, when you hit the A100 rank, is a $3,500 bonus. Go get something ridiculous. Every single month, pay your $3,500 car bonus. Casey, I'm sorry. I know that you love cars. I know Gavin loves cars. I've ridden in Gavin's Lamborghini. I've seen your crazy BMWs. I'm a family guy. I just need 8, seatbelts, 7 seatbelts. But you all have to promise me when you get an awesome car with the $3,500 bonus that you give me a ride. That's the only thing I ask. What's the next slide? I'm like I'm lost, Casey.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Not it? Did I cover everything? Oh, here we go. Let's talk about the 3x3. All right. So first step, get your 3. Get your 3 individuals. In our compensation plan, like I mentioned, you could go almost to the very top rank with just 2 legs. We're not a binary, we're a unilevel, but we just wanted to remove all the crazy complicated, you got to have 20 personal enrollees, you got to have X amount of volume in your first 3 levels, you got to just get rid of all that garbage. We want people to win. We did not build our compensation plan on breakage and gotchas to try and keep people from qualifying. We know that teamwork makes the dream work. We want people to stop worrying about themselves and worrying about their teams. When you focus on your team, when you get your 3 people that you're going to go the distance with, you are set in our compensation plan. So get your 3, and then the next step, help your 3 get their 3. And then you qualify for the Aluva bonus. And then after that, what are you going to do? Who else in my downline needs to do a 3x3? This is the foundation of our compensation plan. Now, like I mentioned, if you want to go 500 wide, go ahead and do it. You can scoop up our 30% fast start bonus on all these new people. You can watch them come in, you can watch them go out and wonder whether or not you're changing their lives. But when you focus on the foundation of our compensation plan, getting 3 that help 3, you're going to see so many lives changed through our financial opportunity and our compensation plan that you will feel so full and your pocketbook will be so full. And that's really the foundation of our compensation plan. There's a whole bunch of other information on the comp plan that we can share in further details. We have some longer compensation plan videos, but I promised that I would be short, even though I love talking about numbers, like Casey said. But yeah, that's it. That's the comp plan in a nutshell.
I love it. I love it. Well, you guys, the comp plan really is simple. They did remove all the little gotchas. It is just absolutely unreal. Dive deep into it. I suggest it. But our love day, we actually have a love day, and there's nobody I want to talk about this than our COO. But the love day is something that we all are so passionate about. And it comes from such a, I'm trying not to get emotional. It comes from a different, this is a different beast, because other network marketing companies, they just write a check, right? And get up on stage and show the check that they write to a foundation or what have you. And yes, we still do take care of that, but I'm going to bring on Miss Gina Day, Sassy G, to really talk about the Love program. And also, Gina, why are you here? I mean, why?
Oh, thanks, Casey. That's awesome. And, back with Russ said about Gavin's story, sometimes you hear him talk about it and goes in one ear or the other. But tonight reminded me exactly. I mean, and you guys probably having the same goosebumps I had too. When I met with him for 45 minutes to an hour and a half, I was so excited. I couldn't stop smiling for 3 days. I was just like telling everybody about it. And it's that his heart right off the bat that his heart got me. Everything he's talking about, the reasons why, all the things from my personal experience of the last 20 years in the ML industry, asking him all the tough questions of all the problems that I've had in the past, and he already had solutions for that. And I was so excited. But yeah, I'm again super excited. All the things that listening to him do that. But one of the main things, like he mentioned, was charity. I also have been doing this for such a long time, and I've seen those large checks going to people, and I see it. I see the cars, I see the incentive trips, I see all those things, and I was like, what is really missing? And one of the things that I thought was extremely important to me when doing this MLM again, because I was, after 20 years, I was basically done. I was not even going to have it. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever been burnt out or feel like, you know, you just didn't belong other places. I was not doing it. And a friend of mine said, you've got to talk to this Gavin Dickson guy. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. Whatever. There is nothing he can say that I haven't already heard. And then I heard him, right? Very excited, you guys. Talking about the love giving back is exactly what we wanted to make sure happens, because blessing the lives of others is extremely important, right? And it does something to you when you help someone else, no matter what, opening a door, all the things. But what we do here at Aluva is we have our Aluva Love Day. So on the first day of every single month, we have a plan that we do as a corporate team, and then we just invite all the distributors out in the field to do the same. We like donate blood. We give water to the homeless on hot days. We do the food shelter, food drives, clothing for kids. We do the backpacks at the beginning of school year, all those things. And we do it as a corporate team to set that culture, because there's nothing better than that feeling that you get. And starting out the month with giving back to other people, I mean, that just puts you in the right mindset, you guys. And I think that just helps with everything that's going, and you just get to that point, like, how can I change the lives of other people? These are little things, and now let's go get going with people's health and their financials and all the other things that they can do. So that was extremely impressive, and I was really glad to be a part of it. And it's, you guys, it's great. And I think you're absolutely going to love it. But the other thing is so amazing too, is in the history of the things that I've seen and the companies that I was with, and going from 2 million to 15 million a month in 6 months, been there, done that. I know what it looks like right before hype happens. I know what it takes to make sure we are ready for that growth. Guys, we're ready. We're super excited to have you aboard, and I'm looking forward to meeting you all.
Thank you so much, Gina. The heart, it really is the only thing that we're about. It's, I mean, as good as the products are, they're a byproduct. As good as the compensation plan is, it's a byproduct. This company is, the movement is about the heart and helping people just love themselves. That is so important. So now, before I go and show you guys a quick testimony side, what I want to do is show you guys an amazing bonus that's available for you all, and these rank advancement bonuses. Okay, here's what's amazing. You get paid the rank advancement bonus in full. Okay, you can only achieve one per month. Okay, the highest one, and you get paid on the 15th of the following month in full. All right. So, and this is running from now until December. So I highly suggest put your burners on and let's run. On top of that, if you achieve the A4 rank, okay, if you achieve the A4 rank in November, you qualify to actually come on our lifestyle trip in January. Okay, you just have to pay for your airfare. Now, if you achieve A5 rank in this month, we're going to cover your airfare. Okay. Now you can bring a +1. You just have to pay for their airfare, so on and so forth. So don't you just love this? This is absolutely amazing. The testimonies are where it's at. They're absolutely mind-blowing. Y'all, what's unfortunate about it, because our product line is so unique, what's unfortunate about our testimonies is you guys only get to see them. You don't get to hear the emotional change, the internal change. And that's the most important change. So you guys, I got an amazing person that is going to be doing our closing. He's our Chief Field Development Officer. Listen to what he has to say. He's going to tell you exactly what to do to set you up for success. But before you do that, 𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒓𝒆𝒅𝒊𝒃, why are you here? Because I mean, You had people would throw all kinds of money at you to run their field. So Philip LeBlanc, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you close this call out, my brother.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, my new title is Chief Fun Officer. While you guys are doing all the love stuff, I'm going to bring some fun. No, I'm just joking, but he's right. My name is Philip LeBlanc, Chief Field Development Officer. I know it says Ross there, but I'm like Ross with a little bit more caramel, right? But, really, when I thought about this recently, and I'll be brief, and I want to first and foremost thank you, Casey, because our presentations are usually 20 minutes, 30 minutes. They're very short. But I appreciate the fact that you did a deep dive tonight to really get the substance of what this is and what we're doing here. I really appreciate that. And thank you to your wife, because I know she's probably in the corner somewhere looking at you the entire time. So I know she's not far away. So I appreciate both of you all with Team Carter. Which to me is really Team Aluva. And I'll tell you about that story later today, because I'm really here. And I'll just tell it real quick in 20 seconds. My first face that I saw was Casey and Megan and the principals, because I was previously coming from another company. I was getting ready to launch something else. I've been in this industry 24 plus years. What we're doing now, I've had the chance to experience, where you get a nucleus of a company, you get a lot of great minds come together, and you hope it becomes very successful. So I was at a company that was doing less than about $1 million a year, and then within about 4 to 5 years time, actually 4, we were doing well over 800 million. That company was a body magic garment and wellness company, and we can talk about that at a later date. But I understood what it took from day one to day 100 million to day 800 million, and all the challenges that went in that. I understand for those of us who've been in this industry for so long, how sometimes you just get sick and tired of looking for the great company, the next best thing. And when I finally landed on Aluva, I got a breath of fresh air, and I mean that wholeheartedly. For the first thing, and I'll just be straightforward. I'm not a presenter, I'm a conversationalist, so I'll just have a quick conversation. When I looked in that room and I looked around, I said everybody was committed to the products. They were taking the products, because you go to some companies and there's a Coca-Cola here, there's a Red Bull there, and it's just all talk. But they were really living, walking the walk and talking the talk. Everybody looked like they was in shape and looked like they were healthy, they were vibrant. And I said, okay, they're actually doing what they said they're going to do. And this was about 1.5 years ago. And I said, you know what if there could be a dream team? Instead of me going out to another venture capitalist and getting $5-10 million, what if we had this dream team of great minds like a Casey and Megan, like Ross, like Gavin with his vision and his serial entrepreneurship geniusness. And then you have Gina with her background and $100+ million companies. What if we all came together and built something special? And I said, you know what? I'm going to stop everything I'm doing, because this is literally a blank canvas, and we're going to write the type of company that we want to write. And that's what really say, you know what? Let's sink our teeth into this, because we've seen all the great things that you can do inside of this industry, and I found all of that inside of Aluva. Here's the cool thing about Aluva. We're still a baby. I look at companies under 5 years as baby companies. So this is now the time to be able to get that formulation stage of what can really be the next best thing in the world, because we're a global company. We're not just domestic, we are literally a global company. And so, looking at the screens, like Casey was saying, some amazing testimonies. But let me just close out real quick. Outside of me seeing the right thing, I really, I'm a father of 5. One of my kids is recovering from autism. And, my tone gets a little shaky when I start talking about my son recovering from autism. But I connected to the concept of the life greens, because I've been studying leaky gut for well over let's say at least 15 to 16 plus years. One of my sons just turned 18 yesterday, so we've been celebrating his birthday today. But my oldest, 20, just turned 20 a month ago, has been recovering from autism. And I understood what they were trying to do here. And I said, you know what, this is the one I'm going to sink my teeth in, and I'm going to build generational wealth for my children's children right here in Aluva. But I would say to you, if you're looking to get started the right way, because there's a lot of things you can do to make sure that you're properly positioned. And we can look at the next slide, Casey, because these slides appear real people, real results. You just got to try it. We can put up 1,000 pictures, but until you get it inside your own system, you won't know until you try, right? But these are some amazing packs we have. And I always tell people, if it's not going to take food off your table, get started in the best way you know how, right? Business builders, oftentimes we get the big packs, right? Not because we're trying to get a bunch of volume stack, but we want to share, we want to get it out. If you have more than 2 people in your household, you need enough product, right? So obviously, if you want to set yourself up in the best way possible, then you get the largest pack. Fortunately for us, we do have a Power 1000 pack that gets you with the A4 over rank for 3 months. That means you actually become an rank A4 for 3 months by getting that pack. Most companies would never do that unless it's like some one-time promo. We attach that to the actual purchase. So it gives additional value beyond just more product, more sampling, getting out the gate. And if most of you who are veterans, I've heard a lot of background on many of you, people do what you do, right? Whatever you do duplicates, right? So that's a great pack to start with. Of course, we have our other 2 packs. We have our $500 pack, Power Pack, comes with a great array of products. You get the Pulse, you get the Greens, you get the Ignite, you get 𝒏𝒏𝒄𝒓𝒅, and you get K2. And of course, you just want to start it out, get your 275 pack. It all depends on where you want to start. Where do you want your family to go? We often start with this phrase that, don't miss out on this next big thing. I don't think it's a next big thing. I think it is the big thing because it's right here, it's right now. But every day, everybody has their day one. And I believe that when you become a part of this company, you too will also have your day one. And I hope that you will join us. I don't want to see you at the top. I want to see you over the top. More importantly, I want to see you at the bank, and I want to see your body looking fresh and healthy. And hopefully you'll join this movement with us, because one thing I will say about Aluva, we don't say we're perfect, but we'll strive to be, and hopefully you'll join us in that process. We love you. We'll see you on the next one.